go. Right now, just scrape this off and start digging. Sounds good.
For brothers Rick and Marty Lagina and their Oak Island team, the hopes of revealing the answers to a 223-year-old mystery have never been higher. After completing the construction of a massive 525-foot wide steel cofferdam around Smith's Cove, they are finally excavating the nearly 12,000 square foot area.
I'm feeling sort of a childish excitement to see what we've only seen in pictures, to dig up and see with our own eyes what that enigmatic and peculiar U-shaped structure is.
It's kind of nostalgic, i.e. Dan dug it in '71, and we are going to reveal it in its entirety and hopefully bring that data to Dan and show him.
After researching old photographs and surveys taken during Dan Blankenship's excavation, the team has identified an area near the northwest end of the cofferdam where they believe the U-shaped structure can be located.
I'll tell you this, might be some stuff in there for Gary to find out.
If it's there, he'll find it. No doubt about that at all. Here you go, Gary.
All right, mate, I'll metal detect it. Big old spoil pile. I'm getting a signal here. Non-ferrous. I got a non-ferrous here, Rick.
Where is it?
Just there.
How deep?
I didn't see.
Hey, Rick, take a break. Yeah, we want to see what's going on. I'll do it.
I'll pinpoint it. Is that it there? Oh, man. Oh, man, now I'm seeing.
You're seeing reals.
Yeah, I'm seeing rails. That must be out. It's out in this lump.
That sounds like a non-ferrous.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It is. Non-ferrous, whatever it is.
Oh, Gary's happy.
I'll let you do the honors just in case. Well, look at that. I can see gold color.
Yeah, me too.
Is it heavy?
Pretty heavy.
Yeah, you can see it here, look.
It looks gold-colored.
Yeah, it looks gold colored.
I think it's got a milled edge, doesn't it? I'd say that's a coin.
Yeah, I think that's a coin.
A gold coin? Could the team have found their first piece of actual treasure at Smith's Cove?
And this is just the beginning.
I don't know about a milled edge, no. No, I'm not so sure about a milled edge either. I think you're... No, I don't think so.
If that isn't a milled edge,
That's good.
that's good. Means it's older.
If the gold-colored object is in fact a coin, the absence of milled edges is a likely indication that it predates the discovery of the original money pit in 1795.
It's not copper either. It's like gold-plated.
Yeah, I can see sparkles. This is, it's going to be interesting to see what this is when it's cleaned up.
Yeah.
That's going in the top pocket,
pocket.
mate. Top pocket fine.
All right, keep going.
We
Proceed.
need to fill this pocket up.
As a new day begins on Oak Island,
The water is coming right here for sure.
Under the crane pad?
Yeah.
brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, along with Charles Barkhouse, arrive at Smith's Cove. They are responding to news that heavy equipment operator Billy Gerhardt may have made a potentially important discovery at the beach.
So that water was leaking out more like there than here, right?
It's leaking out there, but the source is somewhere right in this general area.
See it pouring right there?
Yeah.
Right near your left foot. And there's some timbers in there, too.
And obviously, we get into something here, though, right?
Definitely something. Where'd the crane pad come out to, Billy? About right here?
There where that 1.5 boulder is.
There's a bunch more boards in there.
It looks like the wood is a foot deep under the crane pad.
Wood, buried as much as 1 foot deep beneath the crane pad? Could it be the remnants of yet another man-made structure? If so, is it one put there by a previous searcher or by someone much earlier? And could it be associated with the flood tunnel believed to lead directly to the Money Pit treasure vault?
There's another board here. It looks like a structure.
Yeah, right in here.
Yeah. I suppose it's a possibility someone thought they found the flood tunnel, tried to block it right here.
Yeah.
Well, I would say keep digging.
Yeah.
I just dig it real slow.
I would. So let's keep digging, Billy. Hope springs eternal. Every time somebody says, hey, we got a new structure, we got a new find, you better come here and look. It's always exciting. I think it's reasonably likely that the crane pad was obscuring some significant answers. Hey, Gary.
Anything exciting going on?
We just pulled a bunch of planks out of there, so we're thinking it might be time to do a quick sweep.
Okay.
Oh, look at there. You can see a cross piece on it now. And there's one going in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that water behind it.
I think you got your answer there. The water's running. They tried to stop the water.
That's a brace, that's not the wall, so probably goes back farther.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of it. Why so many structures in a very confined space? It's hard to fathom. And there's still one yet to uncover. That may give us a little more insight as to what actually occurs between Smith's Cove and the Money Pit.
So it's really opened the floodgates now. Maybe it's a floodgate.
It is the start of another day on Oak Island. Metal detection expert Gary Drayton and Rick Lagina returned to Smith's Cove to continue their search of the same area where they found a mysterious lead cross just days ago.
Where do you want to start first?
We'll pick up where we found the cross. We'll do the areas around the rock pools, and then I think we should get in the rock pools.
That cross can't be a singular item.
No, I really don't think so.
There's no question that today in Smith's Cove, holds high promise, simply for one fact. The cross intrigues all of us. It's an interesting object. Whenever I hear Gary say that's very old, then it's very important to get back in that area.
Here we go. That sounded good. I found that by accident, slipping on the rock. That's a great sounding target.
Pull tab.
Oh, this is going to be something good. Let me just see if I can pinpoint it, which will be a bad sign. You never know, though. It's today. So that means it's close. Ooh! Oh, that looks like the arm of something. It's interesting shape. It's lead. That's an interesting piece of lead, though. Oh.
Spoon, isn't it? Or a handle?
It could well be a spoon handle. It's like an old shape.
A lead spoon found in the same area as a mysterious medieval cross? Could these artifacts be in some way connected?
They would have cut the shape of it out of a piece of wood and poured the lead into the mold. That looks like it was made in the mold. Oh man, I thought that was something else.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
You were jumping.
Yeah, I've got crosses on the mine now. It's definitely an interesting find.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's see if there's anything else, because the rest of it might be around here. Straight in the middle, mate. I like it when you turn your shovel over and you can see what it is just sticking out the top, especially when it's a piece of silver or gold.
Oh.
There it is. Looks like the fastenings were here. Some kind of decorative brass piece. Maybe off the side of a boat.
A brass piece from a boat? Could this have been part of an ancient ship? One of many theorized to have visited Oak Island?
Yeah, we're getting some big pieces of metal off this beach.
Right.
And I've been over this beach before, obviously previous years. So it's either the storms bringing stuff in or pushing stuff off the banks.
Yeah, you would never have missed two big targets
No.
like that.
Yeah, these are too big to miss.
The interest in Smith's Cove is the fact that these are significant finds, definitely. We need to pursue it further.
Alex, let's take advantage of this tide going out, mate.
I agree.
Metal detection expert Gary Drayton and Alex Lagina are searching for additional clues that could help solve the Oak Island mystery.
When people would have been slipping and sliding on these rocks, losing artifacts, the currents would have pushed all the artifacts this way. That's what I'm hoping.
Let's hope they're on this side.
Okay, mate.
See what we can get.
Let's get stuck in. Zigzag along the shoreline.
In recent years, the team has not only recovered metal ship spikes in this area that predate the discovery of the money pit in 1795, but also the 14th century lead cross, which may actually be connected to the Christian military order of the Knights Templar.
There's plenty of places for an artifact to get trapped, that is for sure.
There's a hit.
You got that right, mate. And it's in that area there.
There. Underneath this giant rock.
Yep, let's see what's trapped in the rocks.
The problem is, you have to dig quickly because it keeps filling back in.
Yeah. How does something get down that deep?
With these rocks, I mean, it's almost like it was buried.
Yeah. I say we bring some help and expand the hole and dig it out. We just need some more guys, more shovels.
I agree, I can't dig any deeper than that.
Yeah.
I'll call in my Uncle Rick.
So a text comes in from Alex, my nephew, and it's hard not to get enthused. How can you not be excited? It's a treasure hunt, for gosh sakes. So this is your little pet project, huh?
Little's not the right word for it.
It really could be anything, mate, and it's still there. That's the good news.
Okay, we need to get this water out of the hole.
Exactly.
Draining work, isn't it?
Yep.
The target in Smith's Cove, I think, my gosh, how did you even detect it at that depth? I mean, it's incredible. We're 2-3 feet down. My only thought is it must be quite large.
If I can. This is it here. We just need to dig this out.
Moving. Oh,
There we go. You got it.
Oh, my, you're getting it.
There. It looks like an iron plate. There.
We're gonna need a bigger pouch.
It is an exciting moment for Rick Lagina and other members of the Oak Island team,
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
as they have just unearthed a large, heavily encrusted metal object beneath the shoreline of Smith's Cove.
Some kind of big iron conglomerate coming off a wreck. How the heck did that make its way down there? It's been down there a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
Emma, back at the lab, she always scans these artifacts to see if there's anything else attached.
Kudos to all three of you for not giving up. Okay, let's get that to the lab, get this all back in, and go find some more.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
As a new morning begins on Oak Island, Rick Lagina and Gary Drayton join archaeologist Laird Niven and archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan in the Oak Island laboratory.
What was most curious about it to me is it was just heavily encrusted.
Over the past 2 days, Emma and Laird have been analyzing the large iron object that was discovered some 4 feet underground at Smith's Cove, and have successfully removed the corroded materials from its surface.
We're kind of caught off guard because this is not what we expected from that big lump. It's a cast iron stove door.
It's a beautiful design, I will say that.
Yes. I find the design quite unique.
And I like that. that starburst design, because you found that button on lot 5 that had that starburst design.
An iron door from a stove, bearing a starburst design, similar to the potentially medieval button that was found in 2023 in the stone feature on lot 5? Could that mean that these artifacts are in some way related to one another?
Was this a popular design on stoves back in the day?
Hopefully some research will show us what that comes from.
But Emma, what can you tell us in terms of the elements?
There were a few pieces that were embedded in some of the concretion, so I have those that I scanned. So cast iron stoves, they can go back to mid-1700s, but the manganese content in it does push it towards more mid-1800s.
Yeah.
We need to find out the design of this stove. And so hopefully that will help us get closer to solving it. The story's complex, and it needs to be told. Whether it be the searcher story or the original depositional story, it's all important. But Gary, we need to go find more.
Yep.
All right, good luck.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Later that day,
Hey, Craig.
Hey, I'm hoping we can find the vertical shaft.
Rick Lagina joins Craig Tester and members of the team at Smith's Cove as they continue excavating in search of the legendary flood tunnel believed to feed seawater into the original money pit.
If Rustall's were right, I mean, it led down to the flood tunnel.
Right.
So it'd be a good place to dig deep.
I'm gonna check it out from up top. We are in the area of the vertical shaft. It's where the Restalls put wooden forms down the hole. They poured in concrete, their forms blew out, and they lost the hole. Well, here we are at roughly the depth suggested it should be, and we're finding wood. This could be the shaft that we're looking for.
Hey, guys, there's an old shaft or something here. Should be right down there.
Yeah, let's check where the wood was found. It takes more than one large bore to make a wall of a shaft. So we want to get Gary down there to metal detect, and maybe he can find fasteners or some other proof of this shaft construction. Sounds good.
I'll pinpoint that. Good to see you, Alex. Oh, bollocks. It's like a big bolt, isn't it?
Yeah,
Modern?
I think probably.
We've got another here, Alex.
Okay.
It's just a... Oh, I see it.
Modern nail.
Not now.
That's what makes me think that's the Rustall shaft.
Yeah.
A modern nail? Could it offer an important clue that the team may be close to finding the wooden frame or forms built by the Restall family in 1961 when they poured concrete into the vertical shaft? If so, they may also be on the verge of locating the notorious man-made flood tunnel.
Coming down.
Seems to be all over the place, is it? Yeah. As I suspected, a modern nail.
Modern nail?
Yep, another modern nail.
Okay.
Put it in the bag.
Yep. So as we're digging in Smith's Cove, we found some hints that we might be in the right place. These traces of the Restall's activity, to me, are saying that we're getting close.
Good to see you, Alex. Oh, is that it? You've just pulled it out there?
So yeah, that is it.
Yep. Broken spike of some kind. It's rounded, beveled point.
No, modern?
I don't know, it's a tough one to tell. We can get this tested.
Okay. Why don't you bag it?
Yep.
If you confirm the location of the vertical shaft, you can hopefully find the flood tunnel itself because it's a direct connection to the treasure. there are clues to the location of the money pit here in Smith's Cove.
Yeah.
And I think we proved that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the next 5-10 feet is going to give us some information and digging the shaft you guys just found.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we just got to keep digging.
Yep.
Well said. All right.